Now, another thing I know boys will sometimes do to their girlfriends is sometimes they'll pretend they're not a virgin when they are one. They'll lie to you. Especially, Amanda, if you think you were done something wrong to him and try to tell him before you have sex with him. You don't do that. Now, if you use certain types of tampons, like the insertion kind, that alone can pop your cherry. Even if you didn't have sex with a man, right? But technically, you're still a virgin. You ain't had sex with anyone yet, right? They tell you that in most libraries or most schools that talk about sex ed, right? Now, if from 14 to 17, and, normally it's 12, I know, when you start bleeding the first time, right? You use what's called a tampon. All women do. I know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I know. It has to do with whatever we did to make that happen, I guess, right? Some say it was the sin in Eden, right? Well, you ovulate 12 times a year, right? And if that egg isn't fertilized, right, the egg dies, right? And it produces what's called bleeding. It's your body discarding the dying egg, right? If it's not fertilized within 14 days after you ovulate, again, it discards it and you don't have a baby, right? That's called your menstrual period, and it happens at least 12 to 13 times a year, sometimes, depending on the year, right? And it's more associated with the lunar cycle than the solar cycle as well. It's every 28 and 31 days. That's why some years it can be double. Even you can have 13 periods in a year. If you're doing it by the solar calendar, by the way. Now, another thing is, I could have gotten, Vivian's daughter pregnant, right? But I don't know if we even had sex because someone interfered with my memory of whatever the hell happened down that road, right? Now, little Roddy's going to defend his girlfriend, right? You know what I mean, right? But on the other hand, right, I'm going to defend me and Daphne to Amanda, right, and her boyfriend, right? If the boyfriend says she's not a virgin, she has sex with him, right? And they're the only two who can say otherwise, right? Boyfriend and the girlfriend, yeah. But if he stopped because you pre-warned him that you were alone with me or something, and you're not sure what happened, right? Okay, he lied. But if you done had 2 babies with me, honey, we're going all the way. That's the difference too. Yeah. See, you never let him. He never finished because he said you weren't a virgin or something and lied. Well, I don't know you. I ain't seen you since you were 4. You could show up anytime, like I told you, if we have sex and you act like you know me from the internet, and I say, oh, okay, it's you. Oh, okay, baby, yeah, let's do it. And then you're pregnant by your stepdad. Who didn't know it was really you, but thought it was some other girl from the internet. But why does that happen, Daphne? Bad boys. You're supposed to be son-in-law, right? Lied to our daughter, my stepdaughter, your biological daughter, with Sal, right? That she wasn't a virgin when they had sex the first time. Well, yeah. And I don't know nothing about her, menstrual cycle or what kind of tampon she used or anything about her, right? I ain't seen her since she was 4. And all that's important too, right? I don't even know if she masturbated any before that. All these things can play a factor if you do it too hard, right? Or whatever. You use the insertion kind, right? And I don't know nothing about it, right? What do you want me to tell you? I molested you anyway, and your mom was privy to it, and I brought you back there to her, and or you snuck into the living room to me, and I didn't wake up your mom and brought you back in there to her anyway. I mean, that's all that could have happened. I mean, either I involved her or I didn't, and if I did, I didn't touch you. If I didn't, I didn't touch you, right? That's not my job, to get revenge over being left stranded in Tennessee. I'm not that petty or nasty with a bit of a feel till then either. But it's like a bad game that won't stop. Now, if you have 2 children, a girl, and a boy, you know it's not your boyfriend's baby. You know you're with me too, right? You know what's going on, and I am still in the dark, right? So is your mom, so would anyone else be that you did it with me and not your boyfriend, right? And yeah, I'm technically your boyfriend if we're both single. I mean, yeah, but that don't mean you're supposed to do it with me and have 2 children I'm not even fully aware of, right? I know. So I care if I had 2 children with you, the same as with your mom, right? I don't want to just knock you up and not know about it, but I don't know about it. Know about it, right? And that's either because you were stopped if you were in Houston, Texas, and I don't know where you're at. I don't keep tabs of you, or Daphne, right? Or even if you're in Georgia for some reason, I don't know that. The only one I kind of tracked down once is that's because of what she told me about having the baby. Around the last time we were together was Mary Bell, and that's the show I let her go, and she's somewhere in Colorado or something. And again, I'm just looking for, her location, not to go there, right? But yeah, but I never did that with Daphne, or because I had your address, right? But I'm not going to go there. So, there's no reason to go to Arkansas. There's no reason to go to... But if you done had 2 children with your ex-stepdad who don't even know it, you're not a virgin anymore, honey. Right. But I accept the responsibility if we have 2 children. Right? I just don't know what happened there, right? %. I'm a little fuzzy on the details. Right. But if you're the reason, you're the reason. Not me, not you. Alright? But see, I'm not a virgin myself. And I never said if you wanted me to be on top the first time, I wouldn't be on top the first time either. I offered that as a position. But they say the best position to get pregnant is the missionary, right? Well, if your little boyfriend's being a smartass, right? Mm-hmm. And pretending y'all didn't get... that you weren't a virgin, right? He's the one lying first. And he don't understand what virginity means to a female now versus when I was growing up where it meant you bled all over the place. I guess like a stuffed pig or something, right? And it probably ain't that bad to be honest either. Right. But like I told you, right? See, I let the female make the decision of who she sleeps with, right? Right. And who she has sex with, right? And I would even tell her, I don't care if you're on top either. You can be on top if you want to be, right? Mm-hmm. But if I made love to you like you're a stranger from the internet, I know it was good. But you're still acting like a stranger from the internet. I don't remember any real encounter with anyone. Which, like I said, it don't prove anything happened, but it don't prove it didn't either. Only you and whoever else was involved with it would know, right? Right, not me. I don't typically have that happen normally, but it has happened with other women. Now, like with Teresa, I don't remember doing anything with her at all. Right? Or Nina, or even Odette from the church, right? But if she's having husband problems and I don't know what's going on, and we start having sex and she gets pregnant too, and it's not his baby, well, okay. She must have snuck over to my house when me and Teresa were asleep and seduced me, right? And I let her seduce me. I don't have a choice. She's taking it to that level of betraying her husband. Right? It's like David and Bathsheba. If someone's going to do it, they're going to do it. Just like it's the guy down the street and he's not trying to do it with her, but he don't know. He don't know. And hell, I know she has a daughter too, but the daughter would have to do it for the same reasons, right? And I knocked them both up, but I don't know, no, right? I didn't do it intentionally. I know. And hell, even my boss, Catherine Stevens at Labor Finders, you don't try to screw the boss. Don't know. Male or female, right? But now I ain't saying Catherine wasn't hot enough to be interested in, nor her daughter. I don't know. But she had a daughter too, right? And I thought she was dating some other dude, so I don't know. And her daughter was Mary Christine, and she was Mary Catherine. What do I know? What do you know? Just common names all over the place. People all over the world, right? Use the same names, right? And again, I don't know, though. And if you're coming to my house at night and we're having sex an hour and I'm knocked out and I go back into the house somehow, right? Groggy. I don't even know I'm with you. I told you that. You know, whoever attacked me knows, right? But I don't know. Because I don't play that. I don't know. For seriousness, but you can do that, like with Maribel, right? Again. Most of my girlfriends, like I said, were what? One night stands. And I'm not doing it to knock you up and not know, but it's like I'm knocking you up and I don't know, right? O positive is the universal norm, right? You get anyone pregnant unless you're O negative, and I might have an O negative recessive. I don't know. See, those are the two types you can't tell if you got. Because even if you have O negative, O positive is dominant over O negative, right? O negative is the only one that you can't have to have both O negative from both parents, right? But you can have O positive and O negative and not know that, right? That's what I mean too. But if you got both, O positive and O negative, you're the universal donor. You can get any woman pregnant, right? Under the sun, right? It don't mean I'm seducing you either, ladies. You don't sleep to my house at night because you're having pregnancy issues, right? And sleep with me and get pregnant and then I don't even know, right? That ain't right either. Okay.